So it's long back. We had session on I think on last Tuesday. I think so. Today I like to give an overview of what's we have in the last session, last discussion. Okay. So we started the concept called error handling. Let me put this one aside one sec, please. Give me a sec. So we started a concept called error handling, right? So what is error handling? What things we need to know as part of the error handling? What is actually an error? So these things we discussed in the last session. Okay, so error means any abnormal condition. For example, you are trying to connect to database. The database password might be wrong, or the database itself is completely down. Okay, so those are called errors. So let me give a brief recap of error. What is an error? Before understanding error handling, need to have understanding of error and how many types of errors are there. Okay, so errors are broadly classified into two types. One is the system error and business or message errors. Okay, business or message error. Some people say the business error, some people say system message error, but business error is quite famous one. Okay, so by saying this, can you imagine what might be the system error? Anybody?
The error which
Rishikesh?
occurred in the system
Yeah,
you, while you are doing something.
exactly. So system might be any kind of system. While you're connecting to while I think in your mule you are trying to write a file. This is file
Mhm.
write. I think using a file component you are writing to a file. So this file, whatever trying to write, that file is not existing, or you are trying to read the file. Read the file. The file is not existing in your machine. You're trying to read a file that is not exist. That is an error. So what kind of error that is? System error, right? You're trying to insert to the database and the table is not there in the database. What you are trying to insert, the table is not exist. Then it is also a system error. Or complete the database is not available. System error, right? So system errors kinds of maximum connectivity errors. When you're trying to connect and talk to other system, that system is not responding or not available, or your passwords are wrong, something you are not able to connect to that system. Those are called system errors. And what might be the business errors? Yeah, any idea?
Business errors. No.
Yeah, system errors, clear, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's clear.
Okay, business error. Business error means, for example, you are the application to create an account. Okay, so there is a form is there, web form, and there are some information you need to provide to create an account, a bank account or some account. Okay, so one of the mandatory fields are there. This information you must provide your name. Your name is mandatory. Without providing name, you can't create an account. Okay, so you fill this web form and submit. Once you submit, what happens? This all information, whatever you provided, those are in XML or JSON format, comes to backend. Okay. For example, using Mule, you are creating an account. You are but is information sufficient to create an account? Are you providing the entire information, required information to create an account? So we will validate the information. Okay. So while validation in the message, one of the mandatory field is missing. One of the important field is missing. so that we cannot create an account. For creation of account holder name is mandatory. As the information is missing that information, that data, you are not able to create an account. That is called an business error. Okay, got
So
it.
where are we trying to create this account? Like,
In the mule, for suppose in the mule insert component, you are trying to frame the insert query.
okay, got it.
Okay, so but that field is empty. The name field is empty.
Yeah, got it.
But database, you feel that names field is mandatory. So maybe you feel that, you know, while the message come to mule, or you validate the message, is this message contains the required information or not? And that also it fails. Okay. 1 second, let me drink some water. So, and maybe one more example I can give you. You are developing some kind of pension application. Okay. Pension will be provided when the member age is greater than 60. That is the rule is there. Okay. So in your application, for example, this is the application. No, this business errors and system errors are generic thing. It is not in, you know, specifically concerned to mule. If you take any application, the errors occurs, the errors is classified into two parts. One is system error, business error. Okay, this is general concept. And for example, the application is processing pensions, and for this application, the members data will come. Okay, I mean, this member is of some A and number of some B, right? So who is eligible to take the pension is in the application. We take A's age and B's age. If A age is greater than 60, A is eligible to function, take pension. If B age is less than 50, B is not eligible to take pension. Okay, so now you can raise your own error. Like when B comes, B age is less than 60, so B is not take no eligible function to take pension, and we can raise error. We send back message to B saying that, hey B, your age is not sufficient to take the pension. So this kind of errors, okay, means in the incoming information, if you are missing the mandatory data, or the incoming information is not correct, or the incoming information is not according to some rule, these are message errors. For example, your system is processing some person data. Okay, for example, this is person data. Name some Anil. Oh, what is happening? Without my pad, I'm not even touching pad, that is writing there. And age is equal to I given as dx. So is this information valid? Age field should needs pass some numeric.
No, it should be a number. So
It should be number, right? So this is not a valid thing. So we can also raise
It's a
error.
business error, right?
This is business error.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So we are able to connect to all the systems. The connectivity is all fine. You can able to write the file, all the fine, but the information is not correct. The incoming data is, not according to the rule. Then it is considered as a business error. Got it? Yeah. 1 second. Let me
Yes, got it.
some water. 1 second. that is about the error and what we do as part of the error handling. So that is an error. Okay, and what is an error handling? Error handling means simply we can say activities we perform while error occurs. Okay, a set of actions or activities we do while error occurs. That is called error handling, right? So what kind of activities we need to perform when error occurs? So like I said, when error occurs, we need to write the error information to log file. Error info to log file. So why we need to write the error info to log file? This is one of the activity we need to perform. When error occurs, we need to write the information to log file. So why this is important? Why need to write to log file? Guys, any idea? Last session, I think we discussed this one.
So that in future when customer raises an issue, then the representative can easily find the error and
Super,
help fix it.
excellent, excellent. You focus, yeah. So if your information is the log file, we can easily figure out the reason behind the error and we can fix the error as soon as possible. If you don't log the error, we have no clue about the error and it's very tough to handle that error, or there is no clue means we are not able to, fix that error. So therefore, logging information is very, very important. This is one of the primary activity when error occurs. Okay. And second is we can send some notifications to some teams. Database, you're trying to connect database is not, responding. So you can send the notification to database team. So database team can jump and fix that as soon as possible, before getting so many errors, right? So that is we can sending notifications. Sometimes we need to do rollbacks. In error handling. So for example, rollback, you are transferring fund from A's account to B's account. A's account to B account. You're transferring 100 rupees, example. Okay. So how this transfer happens is into two steps. In the A account, you deduct 100 rupees. For example, A has 1,000 in his account. So now A's balance become 900. B has 2,000 example. So deduct 100 from the A and add it to B. B become 2,100. Right. So what happens is you deduct 100 rupees from A. Afterwards, some kind of error occurs and you are not able to add 100 rupees to B. Okay. While adding 100 rupees to B, you got an error. System crashed or something happens. You are not able to add 100 rupees to B. So let me keep 900 as A and 2000 as B. It is okay? A will cry, right? So what you do? Whatever amount we deducted, we re-add to the A. That is called rollback. Rollback to A. So that system consistent. A is 1000, B is 2000. So this is called rollback. When there are two operations are there, one operation succeed and next operation fails, what you do? You explicitly roll backs the first operation also. Those kind of activities comes to rollbacks. That we need to do error handling. When adding to the B, you got error, you need to do this rollback kind of stuff. You understood this example? Okay. Rishikesh? Shashi?
Yeah.
Okay, this rollback. So we need to do this kind of
Yeah.
activities in error handling. Now come to how you handle how to do error handling in Mule. This is important. Error handling in Mule. Okay. So first we try to understand the scopes of error handling. In the day one, when you are trying to discuss about the flow has majorly three sections. The first section is the event source section. So it is about the duty of event source is talk to external world and get the message from external world and response back to external world. And there is an event processors. This will process the message, whatever incoming message to write to file or database or JMS, all those things, the event processors. And one more section is there, that is error handler section. Okay, so while processing the message, for example, you're trying to write to the file and the file path is not exist, so you're not able to write to file, right? So in that case you got an error. So to handle that error, there is error handler is there. What is the scope of this error handler? Only this flow. There is one more flow, and in this flow the error occurs, it won't handle that error. Okay, so only error occurs in this flow handled by this error handler. Each flow has its own error handler. This is flow scope error handler. Okay, the scope of this error handler is only flow. And second one is application scope error handler. Application scope, some people call as a global scope. Application scope or global scope. So what we do, what is the scope of application is multiple flows. For example, 3 flows are there. For these 3 flows having exactly the same error handling code, what we can do is we can define error handler and outside the flow, not inside the flow. Okay, outside the flow. It has some name. For suppose common handler is the name of this error handler. Common error handler or common handler. So we can refer the common handler in the flows. Okay, there is a way to refer a common handler in the flow. So now what is the scope of this error handler? More than one flow, 3 flows are using this error handler. So this is global scope or application scope error handler, not restricted to one flow. Okay, you can call this common error handler over here, over here, over here, or one more flow. You create a new flow also able to call this common error handler. Okay, you can refer this common error handler. So if you're referring the error handling logic in multiple flows, not only single flow, that is flow application scope or global scope error handler. You see practically, in execution. Now try to understand at the theoretical level. Now the third type of scope is the processor scope. So in the processor scope, right? So this is your Mule application. You have 5 event processor, logger, transfer message, database writing, all the stuff. Okay, and it has its error handler, flow scope error handler. So out of these 5 components, anywhere an error occurs, the control comes to flow scope error handler. Right? But what you want, what is your requirement is if error occurs in this component or in these two components, you need to treat specially. Okay, it's not like all these two are some specialized components or something like that. If error occurs in these components, first you need to handle separately, not as common to all. Okay, in that case, what you do is these two processors we wrap inside a scope called triscope, and triscope as a error handler section. You handle errors in the triscope. Got it? So this is processor scope error handler. So broadly, three scopes of error handlers. Okay, three scope of error handlers. One is a flow scope, application scope, and processor scope. Now we understand about the error handler. Okay, so there are three scopes of error handlers are there. Very good. Then what is an error handler? What is an error handler? Oh, sorry, boss. Error handler is a container, or it's a kind of box. It's a container. Assume it's a container. So what it container contains? It contains the error handler scopes. This scope is different and this scope is different. Whatever discussed so far, this scope is different. The scope is, error handler scope. This one is, and it's like flow scope. When flow any error occurs, it is limited to flow. This is this entire application. This is processor. This is different. This is error handler scope means this scope is like this error handler contains these error handler scopes. Okay, one error handler contains multiple error handler scopes. Okay. Error handler is a container of error handler scopes. Then what you first you understand about what is this error handler scope. Okay, so each error handler scope is configured to handle some error. Configured to handle some error. So, for example, this handler handles the file errors, and this handles DB errors. So in your flow, the file related error occurs. You write logic over here. What to do when file error occurs? You log file, log to log file, and you do some kind of management that error occurs in the file. When database error occurs, what you do in handling database? That logic you write over here. So each scope is configured to handle some error. Okay, so now come back over here. In Mule, there are three scopes of handling error. One is flow scope, the application scope, and global scope. Okay, so if you go back to error handler contains error handler scopes. Like error handler is a kind of a big container that contains multiple error handler scopes. Each error handler scope is configured to handle error. Now let me show you in any point example. A lot of theories there. You confuse before doing it. I execute one example and I come back to over here. So now let me run this one. Let me close all this stuff. Close all. Let me create one handler. New mail project. Now so now try to understand about the scopes. See in the flow here you can find the error handler. Okay, so this is a box. You see this is a box. In this box we're going to handle error. Like I said, what we do when an error occurs, the first activity is we need to write information to file, log file, right? So if you want to write information to log file using logger component, you can't drag this logger component directly over here. It won't accept because this box contains error handler scopes. You need to configure this in that error handler scope. Okay, this is a box of error handler scopes. And you can find something called as error handler. If you see, this is also box, but this is outside the flow. So what I can do is the name of this box is error hyphen demo error underscore handler. So I can refer this, this one over in this here in a flow. Click on the error handling in a flow and you can give the reference. If I refer this one, right? So what happened? This one, your flow is referring this global error handler. Okay. Likewise, multiple flows can refer this global error handler. Got it? So this is a flow scope error handler. If you're not referring anything, right? If you're not referring anything, none will come, none will not come. Okay. So next week onwards, next 2 days onwards, I create a go-to meeting so that you can avoid this stuff. If you go the flow is referring these. To remove this reference, then see flow as error handler, and this is a global error handler. Like I said, it contains this error handler contains error handler scopes. Now let me drag the error handler scopes. The two types of error handler scopes are there. We're going to discuss the error handler scopes. One is on error continue or on error propagate. See, now this accept the scope. One flow may contain multiple error handler scopes. Okay. So in this flow, let me imagine what you're doing is, okay. So in this flow, for example, you are writing to file, or else you're reading the file read. And after reading file, what you're doing is you are inserting some record to database. Database insert. Yeah. So now tell me, what kind of errors I may get in this flow? What chances? What kind of errors I may get? What, you know, while executing the message in this flow, what
File
kind of,
read
yeah,
error.
file,
File read error.
yeah, file it, and
Database not existing or something.
yeah, exactly, excellent. Because we are doing these kind of operations, file operation and database operation, there are chances of getting file error or database error. Chances, if you properly configure the components and everything goes fine, you may not error, but there is a chance is there. If you not configured, the file system crashes, or you configure database not properly, or you configure database properly, but the time the database is not responding, there is a chance of getting database error, right? Chance. I'm saying always you get file error or database error. Always you may not get if everything is goes fine. But if something wrong, you may chance of getting error. So what kind of chance? Do you get an FTP error? Do you get a JMS error? No, because you are not doing any JMS operations over here, right? So they what kind of only two kinds of errors we get? We get either file error or JMS error. Right, sorry, database error. So if I configure an array and scope over here, the two types of scopes I'll tell you tomorrow what's the scope, type of the scope. But take one example, one scope on a continue. On a continue over here. Okay, already, yeah, it's been done. I'm sorry, on a continue and on a propagate. Right, okay. So this is scope and this is scope, right? So you click on the scope, any scope, and you can find the type of error. So if you click on over here in this magnifying glass, see what it is showing. It's showing database bad syntax, database connectivity, database query execution, database data exhausted, and the file errors, right? It's not displaying any other type maximum. This is a two or very common. So file and database, because it intelligently scans your flow and understands, okay, this guy is doing the file operation and this guy is doing the database operation. So there's a chance of getting these two kinds of errors. So it's giving these errors. DB, bad syntax, connectivity, file lock, illegal partner stuff. Right. So each scope is configured to handle some errors. If I configure the scope, so if you're not able to connect it to database, the error comes over here. Okay. In this scope, I'm configuring like file error, file access denied. See, if you observe this flow, there are two error handler scopes are there. right? For example, you read properly and write, once you are inserted to record to database, you got an error, database connectivity error. You're not able to connect to database. So the control lands over here in this scope. Now you can write the information to log file. So what thing happens in database? Why you're not able to write to database? That information you can write to log file over here. Or for example, by reading the record, you're trying to access the file, but that file has password protected. Okay, so you get an access denied error, right? Okay, so now the control won't lands over here. This is only for handling database connectivity error. The control lands into down error handler scope, this scope. So whatever activity you are doing over here, those will get executed. Guys, it's too complex. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So this is the important thing to understand. What is error handler and what is error handler? People often confuse with error handler scopes. Error handler. This entire thing is error handler. The box I highlighted is error handler, and error handler contains the error handler scopes. Now the box I highlighted is error handler scope. Each scope is configured to handle error. Okay, one error or multiple errors also configured to handle that error. Or you want to handle any kind of error, no matter it is a database or a file or FTP, JMS, connected error. Okay. So if you handle any kind of error, in that case, you configure this one as a any. Click on this, click on the any. If you click on any, right, any, so now it's able to handle any kind of error, right? But make sure if you are configuring any error handler with any, it should be bottom of the stack. No, you can't put like down the connectivity error and top any error. That is not possible. Okay, and any should be always down. You got it? Any should be always down. So what happens is when error occurs, first you might read when you're trying to read your file, you got an error. So first check the first scope. Is this scope is capable to handle the file error? You got the file error, but this is handling only database error. Then it moves and check the second scope. Is this thing capable to handle the error? Yes, is handling any kind of error. This will get executed. Right? For example, this any is top and connectivity is database connectivity is down, and vice versa. When database error occurs, it comes to any. Is any is capable to handle that? Any is handling. Okay. So DB connectivity never get chance to execute. Therefore, if you have any kind of error, that should be the bottom of the stack.